Now, we'll get to see over the next couple of weeks how the Brisbane Broncos spent the first 2 months of 2016. I can confirm though, Sam, none of them sitting back on a beach, lying in a hammock, getting brought drinks or getting fanned. We'll see, but the trainers definitely took them out of their comfort zone, put them through some pretty tough techniques in a really hot summer.
That included a day doing something called adventure racing, and as you'll see from this week's NRMA Insurance player profile, Broncos fan favourite Sam Thido was a really good sport. He wore a chest camera for us as he slogged it out to give us a first-hand experience of what it was all about.
The setting looked lovely enough, but the day at Lake Wyaralong between Boonah and Bow Desert was going to be anything but a picnic. The team from Rogue Adventure had plotted a 63-kilometre course through some pretty solid terrain, and the teams of 4 were given 9 hours to complete it.
We've got to go north.
Adventure races are definitely off-road, and in this case the boys started with 5 k's of kayaking, which most of them covered in about 50 minutes.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1.
So the kayak leg was the first leg, and that was a weird one in my own head that we had to kind of get through. So we come to this adventure camp where we had clean socks and clean shoes, and we jumped in the kayak straight away. So I knew automatically that the hike leg, the second leg, was going to be, probably tough because our shoes were going to be soaked, our socks were going to be soaked. But that first 5k kayak leg was pretty tough and grueling on the arms and the whole back. So getting to the mainland was heaven sent.
From the water, there was a quick fruit stop at one of the checkpoints before the teams climbed to the summit of Mount Joyce and back, covering another 20 k's.
Heat is definitely going to be an issue for the guys. They really need to watch their hydration out there. They're in a rugged environment. We've sort of left them to themselves out there. They need to be self-reliant. So they need to firstly navigate the course themselves. They've only got a map and compass to navigate through the checkpoints.
The hike leg was pretty tough as well. The first climb that we had was pretty damn steep. And to get up there, yeah, it was quite nice when we got up there. There was some beautiful views, but we stumbled across a goanna on the way. A few of the boys heard a few noises and those types of things in the bushes, so I played up on those things.
The second paddle leg was another 10 kilometres long.
Why couldn't we just have like a golf day where you just have to walk and carry your clubs? Run to each hole.
I've set up the course today so that it's relatively straightforward for the first half of the course, and then all the tricky navigational and strategic choices come right at the end when they're nice and tired and they need to think on their feet.
Yeah, it's on the right hand side.
You might see a shake up of the leaderboard towards the end of the race.
But the organisers did pop a GPS tracker on the guys so that if anyone did stray off course or pull up injured, they'd know about it.
Adventure racing is a team sport. It's not also necessarily the fittest guys that finish first, but the guys that work well as a team, that navigate well and that look after each other out there that'll do the best on a day like today.
Loose rocks. Stand. Tight corner.
And when it came to the final 28-kilometre ride home, Sammy found himself playing bush mechanic for a couple of the teams.
The bike leg is where everyone kind of struggled. Chains were coming off, pedals were snapping. I don't think those bikes were made for 100 kilo plus rugby league players to be riding them around.
I expect some of these guys to have some challenges. Hopefully it's only a bit of blisters and chafing and a bit of thirstiness, but that's all part of the experience, and overcoming those challenges along the way. It's part of the beauty of this sport.
It was a very different experience, something we weren't all used to. I think that's what they wanted to do. They wanted to test our bodies. We've been training pretty hard in the pre-season doing rugby league based fitness, but getting out there kayaking, cycling, hiking up hills was something totally different and a lot of fun as well.